Hey guys, it's Stab here, and welcome back to another episode of ARK Survival Evolved, playing the official PvP servers on the PS4. And today you will actually be seeing a couple of video clips of being under the sea, killing some underwater alphas, whether that is the alpha mosasaurs, or the alpha TUSO, or alpha squid. And I'm just going to kind of let that content run in the background, and you will see a few good things because you can get those really good items like your fishing poles from the alpha squids, and also just a few good items from the alpha mosasaurs in general, along with those black pearls which you get from both. And those black pearls you can actually use for a couple of really cool things, like taming a squid, which definitely looking into. And if we do tame one, I'll definitely have to make a video on that, because I think that'd be a cool way to learn how to do it and hopefully not die about 20 times trying to do it. But anyways, along with that, also the black pearls that you get from them, you can definitely do all your text tier stuff, which is definitely going to be a thing of the future and definitely going to be really cool new additions to the ARK, now that the actual tech suit is the fastest flyer in the game. If you didn't know that, it's just a crazy thing to even think about, even faster than the normal dragons, which is just beyond crazy. So along with that, what I really wanted to talk about today is actually the update with the whole Flier Nerf, and also the new UI system and a couple of other changes, like the vault size. I know it was hilarious to walk around base and just see the vaults completely shrunk and just kind of the gaps they left. So to start off, talking about the Flier Nerf, because I think that is the biggest, hottest topic really in the forums and just in general in ARK PS4. To be quite honest, they're kind of a thing of the past. Like, even for me, I know going out on my Pteranodon is just unbearable, just because not so much of the speed thing, but the stam hit they really took, considering your Pteranodon that has 2k stam is dropped to 400 or 500, which is just atrocious, to be quite honest. It dropped it to a third of what you actually had. So just very frustrating with that, and with the reduced speed and the barrel roll every 5 seconds. Pteranodons have really became a thing of the past, to be quite honest, and really is frustrating just because of the amount of time that you put into breeding them and getting their lines to the point that they were at, for that all just kind of to fall apart and that type of stuff. And then also with the other flyers like the Quetzal, I know it's frustrating just because of how unbearably slow they are, along with the RGs, and I know a lot of people have also put time into breeding RGs. I know a few of my tribe members have really gotten into that, and they were honestly pretty good before the patch, just because they were beefier and that type of stuff. That and the health hits with the flyers. And really, the flyer that came out on top by far, I would say, is actually the dragons, just because they are faster and they hit just as hard as they always have. They did get the stam hit on top of, like, with every other flyer, but really that stam hit for them wasn't too bad, just because you can pump a lot of points into stam to your dragons, just because you have all that health already and that melee, and just their special attacks are crazy. And you have the ability really to pick anyone, just because they are so much slower than you now. And it's just crazy with the flyers. I really wish they would increase the pace and the speed of them at that point, but it is just hard to do to keep the game balanced. And I know they really want dragons to be like the top dog in the air, and I think they did that, but it's just frustrating to see all of that work down the drain and that type of stuff. And a few other things along with that is actually the new UI system. We actually have a few changes with just controls and that type of stuff. And I know even in the update across from that, they've been changing a few of the things, like the top menu, switching between interfaces, like Ingrams and Tribe Manager. They changed that from the L2R2 or L1R2 or L1R1 to actually the options button, so that is cool. and that type of stuff. But along with that, a few of the things that have came is the color coding with the actual tier of weapons. And unfortunately, if you haven't noticed by now they actually have the ascendant items are kind of like a light blue instead of their normal, what they should be is red. And all the other items are normal, like your Mastercraft is yellow, your Journeyman is purple. So hopefully we will see changes to that in the future and that type of stuff. And I really hope they do keep changing up the flyers and keep working it out, because it's just hard to see all of that work go down the drain. Hopefully they bring it back and kind of even out all the flyers and really have use for everyone. And I know the Quetzals took a very big hit with the health, and having 3 or 4 of them drop from in the 30s to the mid to high teens is just frustrating to see. But they were very overpowered, I will say that, with them being able to pretty much run through bases just because they had so much health and the platforms that you could build on them. So good to see that way, but hopefully they will incorporate different ways and make the flyers just a bit faster, just because even like on the center, it is a heavily flyer orientated map with so much water in between, and really the land's not interconnected at all. It's more or less just rivers and the open ocean that you have to cross to get from biome to biome. So, but I do have to say that I think raiding will be definitely a lot more fun with actually seeing a lot more land tames incorporated and that type of stuff. And I think it'll be bringing the game back to a lot more ground PvP and sniping and that type of stuff, which I really think is cool and really how the game should be played. Flyers shouldn't be the only way that you raid and that type of stuff, and be a possibility of that being the way that you raid and that type of stuff. And just with Pteranodons being able to bypass so many turrets and get into blind spots and that type of stuff. But really, hopefully this changes the meta of the game, and I know for me it has opened my eyes to a lot of different dinos and that type of stuff, which is cool. And what I think really Wildcard was going after is to get people away from the flyers and start to use some of the land tames. And even like what you're seeing on screen right now, the water tames, is definitely cool. Just try out different aspects of the game. Well, anyways, really all I got for you today, and I'll just kind of let the gameplay roll through and go on with that. But anyways, if you did go on to enjoy, make sure to leave a like, comment down below with any questions, comments, concerns on the update, how you're feeling, if you're liking it, if it really ruined ARK for you. And I guess if you're new, subscribe to see more content, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
This one's not even like shiny though. It's like red and black.